Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. That really does feel like cutting butter. Huh. Okay, that's pretty impressive. That is not disappointing. Unfortunately, this is the only piece of meat that I have right now. And what is it? At 2:41 a.m. So lamb chop it is. Wish I had a piece of steak. Let's see. Man, that is nice. The pieces of fat still kind of catch, but I need a bigger piece of steak to try this on. But it's pretty impressive. That wasn't very hard at all. It does get pretty hot on the wireless charger. Like, this entire handle is just almost hot. Doesn't look that appealing. This watermelon tastes like okay, so I've tried it out, cleaned it like 2-3 times, cut bread to little mini tomatoes, watermelon, and lamb chop. So there are a couple things that are great and not so great. So cutting the bread was pretty cool. It's definitely way easier because there's sometimes bread that cuts smoothly with just the regular knife, but other times when it like catches on like the skin of the bread, the outer side of the bread, whatever it's called, and it like kind of catches and it's kind of slides around, and but this just cuts through it like butter. Didn't catch at all. Super easy, super satisfying. I think the bread and the mini tomatoes were the best. And the meat was, I need to try it on a bigger cut of meat, like a big steak, but I think meat, veggies, and bread, this thing actually does make sense. It does make it a lot easier. The watermelon, on the other hand, for something so large and kind of hard on the outside, this is not ideal because the vibrating, the piezoelectric, whatever, ultrasonic doesn't really help cutting that hard outside, and the inside of the watermelon wasn't like particularly that much easier. I mean, it's pretty easy with a normal knife too, so with the watermelon, I don't understand why they, and it goes on to the third point, the hold function, and why they didn't decide to make it a toggle button. Like, why do I need to hold this button down continuously for each cut? Like, why didn't you make this like wasn't this made to be like, you just press it in and it clicks in and you can just hold it like this and put all your weight and focus on cutting? Instead, you have to focus on cutting and holding this down, because if you ever slip or let this go, then it's not gonna do the vibrating thing. So kind of strange choice there. Maybe the second generation or whatever improvement they make, they can make this a toggle, like click it in. The weight, it's heavy. It's not that light. Like, and this is a super cheap knife and an old one too. But this, I mean, this handle is like completely hollow and plastic. But my God, this is like light. And I love that. And this thing turned out to be way heavier than I thought. Like, this thing is heavy. Like I think this could be like the weight of like AirPods. Like AirPods 4, and this would be the weight of like an iPhone. I haven't weighed them, but like that's what it feels like. This is like the AirPods case and earbuds together. That's how light that feels. This is like a freaking iPhone 15 Pro Max or whatever, or like maybe like a freaking iPad mini. It's heavy, which makes it easier to cut down with, but like, it gets on to my fourth point. This handle, why? I know like electronics and stuff is like rectangular and it's easier to make it, you know, the battery rectangular and everything, but man, this handle is so not ergonomic. It's not at all. It's like, even this super cheap knife, like even just adding this little curve and like this bulge here, oh my God, that is like infinitely more comfortable. And the fact that it's like ultra light. Yeah, this handle sucks. Like, I don't like this handle. The thickness isn't too much of a problem. Like, yeah, a little bit thinner would be much more comfortable. Would it be? Actually, the thickness is fine. It's just I wish they curved it, like, so that fits the hand. This is just weird as hell. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it's like, I paid like 500 bucks for this package. And that, plus how heavy it is, and this non-toggle, it all just kind of adds up to be... Just the toggle button would have been amazing. But the fact that you have to do this while you cut, annoying. Very annoying. But I do appreciate the attempt. Like, this is the first of this kind of technology I've ever used and I've ever seen. I know commercial grade ultrasonic cutting devices exist, but it's pretty impressive. I'm still quite happy because this is the first gen, and first gen products usually don't do that well. But this is still nice. I say the no toggle, the handle, having no curves and no ergonomics, and the weight is annoying, very annoying, but I can live with this. First gen, I knew what I was getting into. I'm just glad it doesn't completely suck. Like bread, veggies, meat, that's like most of what I cut. I don't usually cut watermelon or what else is hard. I don't know, some other hard stuff. It's usually semi-firm, soft, so this will definitely be a joy to use. Just those 3 annoyances they should really work on. And when cleaning, it does, I can imagine cleaning. I cleaned it twice. I do think it's quite a bit easier to clean while pressing this down. Like, let's say you're cutting meat or something and there's like little pieces of meat and like fat on the blade. Is it a lot easier than just cleaning a normal knife? Yeah, I would say. It does feel like it helps. Maybe it doesn't, but I imagine on a microscopic level it does do quite a bit of work, cleaning and cutting. But there is one other downside that was shown in like promotional videos on this knife, the C-200 ultrasonic knife. Pressing this button and turning on the vibrating ultrasonic thing, when cutting and cleaning like liquid and like even cutting that watermelon, like the juice kind of mists because of the vibration, and that's not that clean. I mean, even with a regular knife, sometimes, you know, cutting something juicy, like you'll get some splashes, but like this just turns it into mist and kind of just sprays it everywhere. So there's that to mind. Is that a scratch already? Wow, that is already scratched. Okay, I already have a scratch on my knife. Can you, what, right there? Is it? No, can't see it. But I already scratched my knife. I don't know where that came from. I don't know what this little line is on the blade edge. No idea what that is. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Is it worth it? I paid like $400 for the knife and like $100 for the charging tile. So it's around 500 bucks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably better to wait for like a second or third gen of this product. But there's no real problems with it. It does work. Now I just have to see if this thing breaks or like I have to repair it at all or anything. Love the color of the orange button. Feels nice. Don't love this plastic handle. Don't love how cheap it feels and how warm it gets, but it doesn't get like searing hot yet. The battery, it has this like rubber seal on it, so I'm sure if I submerge this whole thing in water it would be fine, but I don't want to try it. It feels super futuristic though, I will say that. I love that. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I honestly I would recommend this thing. It's pretty damn cool. Those three annoyances, if they fix it, it'll be real streamlined. I do like it. I do like it, so I would recommend it. So yeah, yeah, I guess that's all my thoughts on it.